Pokemon Gen 10. It's what we're all expecting on Friday, right? With Pokemon Day and all the leaks in the world of AI, and we're still buying leaks. But yeah, we're due a Pokemon generation. And I thought, you know what? I feel like they've done it before. I look back and they actually haven't done it on an anniversary in terms of announcing a new Pokemon. So there's no precedent for it, but with us being well overdue Gen 10 and all this talk of winds and waves, you could see it happening. But if I have to see, and I won't put it up here, we'll just look at this instead. But if I have to see that AI image of Pokemon with two very clearly different art styles on Facebook, on Reddit, all that stuff, if I have to see that again because people are like, oh, look at the game. So they've got two different art styles in the game, have they? Yes, Gen 10 is very much, it could be winds and waves, that could be the leak. But come on. Come on. So I cast my mind back to the 25th, thinking, did they announce something there? What did they announce in terms of games? They did announce a game, but it wasn't a gen. For some reason in my broken brain, I thought they announced a gem, but they didn't. But it was still a banger of a year. We got more details on new Pokemon Snap. Again, it wasn't an announcement. It was announced a couple of years prior. The year before, actually, but everyone was still hyped for it. So it started strong. We had already had some products around it, so we didn't have like a massive product dump, but we did get Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So if this year we're going to get remakes, are we going to get those black and white remakes? Is it finally time for Unova? I've not heard so much talk about that, but you feel like we could. But I also feel like with it being 30 years, you could see something hit Kanto again. We're going to hit Kanto again, aren't we? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be in Kanto, but I'd really like that Emerald talk to be true. Because if we can get an Emerald version on the Switch, I'm all over that. But yeah, the 25th was also a banger for Legends Arceus on the Pokemon Presents that year for the 25th. Brand new series. Legends Arceus is one of my favorite Pokemon games of recent times, redefined. But we're not going to get that. We've just had Legends EA. So that's why I'm saying we are overdue Gen 10. So it makes sense to expect Gen 10 here. When they did finally announce Gen 9 in 2022, we did get the starters in a Presents. We got footage and then we got the little picture of the three. Do we have a Pokemon Presents that ends on Friday with a little bit of footage again? Somebody might dress up as a policeman again. We might have that. But then like a picture of the three starters where we were introduced to my son, and life has never been the same since. I'd be interested to see what they do with Gen 10. Will they go Switch 2 exclusive? That feels like it should happen to push the hardware, but I also feel like they've got such a consumer base on Switch. Will they do it? But Nintendo is one to pull that trigger. We'll all move. We'll all get a Switch 2 if Pokemon Gen 10 is on it exclusively. But I did some digging and went back to when I was doing a master's degree. I am old now. 20th anniversary. We didn't even have Pokemon Presents really back then. We had a short video talking about Celebrate Pokemon 20. The hype is on another level with Pokemon now, but I remember watching this video at the time, and I'm trying to think, could we have a replication of the 20 at the 30? So let's have a look what was there. We got Token Tournament announced. We had Pokemon Go coming later that year, so there was talk about it. It had already been announced. There was the merchandise. Now, we've already had our 30th anniversary merchandise launch on the Pokemon Center, so I wouldn't expect us to have much talk about that on Friday, but you never know, it could be a new line. I'm looking at this product they announced at the 20th and thinking, right, are we going to get a Lego showcase in this 30th anniversary because of the new Lego that's come out? Are we going to get more? Are we going to have exclusive 30th Lego maybe? We had anime remasters. They could do something with the anime. We had, obviously, the TCG Generations was announced. It's expensive now. I remember buying all of these mythical boxes. I had every single one, and I am going to struggle this time around. There was an exclusive 3DS. I would love to see them do a Switch 2, Pokemon Switch 2. It is about time they start doing the special Switch 2s. Will the first one be a Pokemon one? It could be. They had drops for the mythical Pokemon in it was Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby at the time, so mythical Pokemon drops as a celebration. You can probably expect that in Legends ZA, maybe Scarvi, and then maybe leading into Gen 10, especially if Gen 10 launches later this year. We know Game Freak were given an additional time for this game, so it didn't come out as broken as Scarvi, allegedly, but it is very much due now. And yeah, I've seen the leak stuff like all you have. I'm kind of trying to grow this channel without showing you things that could be leaks. So I would appreciate you subscribing to me. We do have a 1,000 follower giveaway as well, guys, that Mewtwo tin, and I'll keep throwing big givers in as we grow. But I kind of want to go the way of not showing leak footage, starting us off in the speculation territory, fine. But we've all seen the leaks, and I've been following Pokemon long enough to know that some of the leak stuff does come out, but in the AI world, we've got to be a bit cautious. I think we can expect something video game based. I will say Fire Red and Leaf Green was leaked. That was going to most likely be a shadow drop. So we've kind of ruined that there. So that's one surprise that would have been in there that would have potentially made it a banger of a showcase. We are actually probably now relying on something like Gen 10 or another remake in there, because these are just ports. If we had a mid-showcase, but those ports were there, we'd all of a sudden be like, oh, cool, it's available today. We don't have that anymore. So I'm slightly concerned if they haven't got Gen 10, if they haven't got a remake. Nintendo don't tend to do anniversary things that well in history. They don't really prioritize it, but Pokemon does. Pokemon is very nostalgic. And I hope everything is lined up for Pokemon Day. And we're talking about a new gen with the starters. Do you think it's time? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We'll be doing Pokemon TCG giveaways at certain subscriber goals, and one's already up, so get yourself subscribed and let me know what you want to see at Pokemon Day this week.